Good evening to you folks. Doug here with Soul Motor Coach, coming at you from my new favorite spot with another coach. You've seen some of these before. You know I love the Entegra product. We're going to turn this camera around. We're going to walk around it, show you this beautiful machine as my neighbor's mowing here. I can't wait to dig into this one. It is an absolute beauty. Folks, this is the best value in a luxury, I'm going to call it a luxury diesel pusher. Definitely, in my opinion, this is the best value you can get for a luxury diesel pusher when you're really focusing on that ride quality, that ride and that drive. Today in front of you, you're looking at a 2022 Entegra Reatta 37k. Awesome coach, great colors. We're gonna take you inside this one. We're gonna do a full tour, but let's walk around it and show you the outside. Now, I didn't get a chance to get it all cleaned up. I didn't have it washed and the tire shine, but this is a really nice and super clean coach. Date codes on all the Michelin tires are going to be middle of 2021, so tires are good to go on this one. I got to check the generator hours from inside because I pulled the handle and I think I put some He-Man strength on it because the handle pulled right off. Honestly, I didn't put that much pressure on it, but maybe I'm stronger than I think I am. Well, don't worry, we'll check those generator hours when we get inside. There's not a tremendous amount of storage in this coach, but what you do get, if you see it here, you get some real nice fountain storage on the other side. I'm on the driver's side. Looking through here, we have this full pass-through with the slide-out tray here. There's your Dirt Devil vacuum and all the equipment. Looks like it's still brand new in the box. Another huge part I love about Entegra is you get standard a macerator system, which if you haven't had one of those is a huge plus, and honestly the best way to dump your tanks. Looks like we do have a tankless hot water heater made by Gerard. I'm not finding much wrong as far as cosmetic. A little tiny scratch down here looks like it'll buff off, and a couple little nicks on the back door here. Outside of that, this coach is in beautiful shape. Nothing to complain about. Just another thing that I want to point out to you, the original Entegra mud flap still has the protective coating on it that the original selling dealer never removed. Huge door, by the way. Plenty of storage down in here. Extra water filter, water hose connection tab, extra bag. Here's your other side of the full pass-through storage tray. Extra floor tiles. Your house batteries are going to be parked right underneath there. Just on the other side of this little door, you're going to find your freshwater tank. And it wouldn't be a luxury RV if you didn't have an outdoor entertainment system. Samsung Smart TV, how y'all doing? And we have a JBL sound system. I think that's awesome. One more little thing to pick on, and I'm sure our guys will figure out. I don't know if they had some kind of name tag or something here, but they got a couple of little holes. It looks like somebody drilled something in the side of the coach. I don't know if that was factory or I'm not sure what that was, but I'm sure we can fix that or take care of that, no problem. But enough jib-jabbing. Let's get inside this beautiful motorhome. We're going to take it back over the lot, get the slides out, and show you what it's all about. None of my tours would be complete without showing you what it's like with the slide rooms on the in position while driving down the road. First and foremost, taking a deep breath in. It smells wonderful in here. Very well cared for motorhome. Again, I have a sneaking suspicion that there was very little use ever done with this motorhome. It does have 16,795 miles, but I'm gonna turn this camera and I'm gonna show you what it's like with the slides in. This one's just a touch of a mixed bag. There's some good and there's some bad about it. The good parts being that the driver's compartment, your driver's captain's chair, has ample room to move about and do whatever you need to do. And the passenger's going to have a very good amount of room as well. It's a little bit skinny as you're walking through here. I do have to kind of turn sideways, move my body to a certain way. I am able to, the good part is it does have a booth. I'm able to sit and use the booth. There is seat belts in there. And yes, I can sit or lay down on the sofa while traveling down the road. And this is where I can stop walking weird. I get here, I've got pretty much full range of motion. Get to my drawers and cabinetry. I can get to my convection microwave oven, my whole galley. I am going to be able to access some things on top of the countertop, but nothing inside the drawers, and I wouldn't be able to use my fireplace while traveling down the road. We make our way back here. One of the things that makes this floor plan so good is the fact that you have deep slides on both sides. The negative is that you see here, it's a little bit of a skinny hallway. The saving grace is this pocket door. I'm going to show you that pocket door right there. Even for a big boy like me, yeah, it looks like I got to squeeze, but it's easy for me to move. I don't really squeeze. I am touching both sides, but it's not a problem to move about. I can get to the bathroom without any issue whatsoever because I have this really nice pocket door instead of a swinging door that opens up. So it allows them to design the floor plan a little bit better and make a deeper slide. Also, if I want to get into the refrigerator, I can stand in the bathroom, open the door. Now I can open it wider than that. That's about as wide as I'm going to get the door right there. Moving from the bathroom to the back of the bedroom, it's just a little bit of a squeeze. Again, most of you out there are not going to have the same issue that I have. And when we get to the bedroom, it opens up pretty decent, but I'm going to turn this camera around one more time and show you how you're able to, or the lack thereof, use this bedroom. If you absolutely had to sleep with the slides in, you can lay sideways, because after all, it is a king size bed. There you go. So you can't say I didn't show you what it was like with the slide rooms in. Full transparency is what we're all about here at Soul Motor Coach, because it's so important that you buy the right coach the first time. We honestly don't want you coming back and trading in really quick, because that just makes for bad relationships. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that if I sell you a motorhome, you had to pay sales tax, profit, we made money, and you're not going to get that money back. Honestly, if you don't like what you bought, you're not going to want to keep it, and you're going to want to trade it, and nobody likes to lose money. Slow down, take your time. Folks, if you're interested in buying this motorhome or doing business with Soul Motor Coach, you want to stay tuned to the end of the video where we talk about our process, exactly what we're going to do to this coach to get it ready for you, and everything that entails, including our delivery process, pricing, trade-ins. We're going to cover all that, including financing. Got to stick around to the end of the video. For those of you who are interested in doing business with Soul Motor Coach or buying this coach, make sure you watch that part. It's typically about the last 10 to 15 minutes of the video, depending on how much rambling I do. Let's go take this for a test drive, get it on the highway, get it up to speed. This is a fantastic motorhome. Great motorhome. I love Entegra. I'm going to turn this camera and show you one more thing before we take off driving. Very hard to explain what I'm getting ready to explain to you. By the way, the 360 camera in this is awesome. Also, you can get the camera to show up in the dash. The cab forward design really helps you see out better. You sit taller, you sit more forward in the motorhome. You have a better view out your window. And it's just a different driving experience. And you can see the colors in the trees, folks, starting to turn. We've had a long hot summer, and really it was wet at the first part of the year, but it's dried out. We've had just the right amount of rain, in my opinion, but it's dried out, and now you can see the leaves just barely starting to turn now, which I love. Great time of the year. If you're interested in coming to Central Kentucky, it's one of the most beautiful times of year. Actually, right now, I don't know if you're watching this video during October, right now we got Keeneland going on, and that's a great time of year to be here. Keeneland's beautiful, all the bourbon stuff, but let's get this thing on the highway. All right, turning out here. Full acceleration now. Smooth. Like I said, I've said it in other videos, said it to people, customers looking at these. For whatever reason, the Entegra product that doesn't have tag axle always feel like they drive like they have tag axles. So there it is. There's 55, 60 miles an hour. Super quiet. Test drive, we've talked about the dash already with the 360 camera system, digital dash, the Spartan K2 chassis, the 360 horsepower Cummins engine. Yes, this has automatic hydraulic leveling, but I want to show you, while I got this natural light coming through the windshield, this beautiful wood look tile floors throughout the entire coach. And I do have to correct myself. I said Spartan K2 chassis. It's actually a Spartan K1 chassis with the 360 Cummins, the 3000 Allison transmission, but it does have independent front suspension, folks. This is going to be the only coach you can buy on the market at this price point with independent front suspension. Spartan K1 chassis, folks. Nothing else on the market rides and drives like this coach will for under 200,000 bucks for sure. I know you want to see what's right in front of you now. Look at this beautiful motorhome. I love the colors in here. I've got both roof air conditioners rolling in here. They're actually relatively quiet. The generator's actually a little bit louder than the air conditioners. We have a booth dinette that does fold down. Technically, in quotes, it turns into sleeping. It's going to be good for a couple of kids. See these little lips here? This little table here is going to rest on these lips. Then these cushions are going to fold out and make a bed. It's good for a couple of children. Just next to that, it's going to be your Samsung smart television. You do have a Bose soundbar or a Samsung soundbar above that. Massive sofa. Yes, obviously it turns into sleeping. You got a pull out bed right here to sleep 2 adults very comfortably. Right next to that is going to be a really nice little countertop, like an end table type deal. Fireplace. One of my favorite things about this coach is the fact that you have this coffee bar. I can't go anywhere without coffee. I have to have it. Nice little drawers here. You can store your K-cups. You can permanently mount with like suction cups or some of like hot glue. Mount your coffee maker here so it doesn't ride around, and you have a convenient plug right there. Love this basket weave style stone backsplash. That's awesome. And then above, we're going to have some lighted pantry space here for added storage. Moving on into the galley, we do have this little island that just pushes, opens and closes like that. Lots of storage, drawers and cabinetry. New for 2022 was this beautiful window. They did a good job with this window. It opens up if you want to let some air in, or if you need to yell out at somebody, hey, check those burgers.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
I always got to revert back to food. Check them burgers.
One Good Burger.
Yeah, some of that same beautiful cabinetry throughout here. We have a convection microwave oven, Furion cooktop. Folks, this is a propane coach, so yes, you're going to have a propane tankless hot water heater, and you're going to have a propane furnace in this coach. And it's also going to have things like 2 15K air conditioners, both with heat pumps. Continuing on here, again, plenty of storage, drawers and cabinetry in this galley. We do have a humongous Whirlpool side-by-side refrigerator here with ice in the door, water in the door. I think that's huge and important. All in really good shape. Even smells new. And no kitchen out there would be complete without a pantry. Gotta have that. Just across from that is going to be our bathroom. I think this is the perfect size bathroom in my opinion. We do have a porcelain foot pedal flush toilet, and I want you to notice all the extra storage and stuff you see here. Cabinets everywhere you can look. Double medicine cabinet. Some of that same beautiful basket weave backsplash, a stone backsplash, Corian countertops, and check out this shower. Folks, this is a humongous shower. This is huge. I don't know the exact size, but it looks like a, 38 or 40 inch shower square. With my hat on, I am 6 feet tall, and I want you to look at this. Look, I could barely reach the look at this. That is a tremendous amount of room in the shower. I mean, I can get around in here no problem whatsoever. If you're 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", huge plus. This is the right coach for you. One other thing of note in this shower, this little blue deal here, is the water miser feature that they started doing, I want to say probably about 2022 for this particular coach. Just across from the bed, we're going to have double wardrobe space. Look at this. Lots of storage and drawers and cabinetry. Looks like Entegra did cheap out a little bit. They put a Formica countertop. I mean, they probably could have put that same Corian back here. I mean, it's a little thing. Do you really need Corian back here? Yeah, probably not. But look at all the storage, drawers. Look how deep. Look at that. Would you just look at that?
Oh, would you look at that?
I'll put that
just
on.
look at that.
I can't pull it out either. I'd have to drill it.
Would you just look at it?
And we're going to have an emergency egress window. There's 2 little latches, and you just dive yourself right out there. No problem. If there happens to be something awful going on in here, you can get out that way. Behind your television, you're going to have more storage, the Sony DVD player, yet another wardrobe on the opposite side of the television. This dryer doesn't ever look like it's ever. It doesn't look like it's ever been used. It's got a Whirlpool. I mean, maybe they were just using it. It matches the Whirlpool, so maybe they were having trouble sourcing parts back then, or maybe there was a warranty claim on this at the dealer, or maybe that's just what they put in there. But it's quiet and ready for you. And stepping into the closet area, yes, we have more storage to show you. 3/4 length closet, shelf on top, hanging, and more storage in here. Huge plus. Wow. Last but not least, I want to show you this little area right here. This is important because yes, there is a step up, but you're not inhibited or confined. When you step up on this platform, there is more room in between your bed and your dresser. This feels like a substantial amount of room. Usually all this space right in here, right in between my fingers, is eliminated. You just have the bed and the nightstand where the slide goes in. Right next to the closet is awesome. I love this, having this extra room. You're sitting in the bed, you're able to actually stand up, and you don't have to like scoot off and down the little step up. It's just much more user friendly to have that little bit of extra room there to be able to move around. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoy doing these. So I have a ton of fun. The next 5 to 10 minutes, folks, might be a little bit boring if you're not interested in buying this motorhome or doing business with Sewell Motor Coach in the future, because I'm going to talk about our process, how we operate, our pricing, financing, trade-ins, everything we're going to do to this coach to get it ready for you, and our delivery process. We're going to cover all that. So for those of you who are signing off, I say thank you. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Hope you'll have a wonderful and blessed day. Something I want to tell you, that I want to talk to you about this coach. If you've watched this entire video and you're interested in buying this motorhome and you want to talk to me directly, folks, I literally want to talk to you, but I need you to do it. I need you to contact me a certain way, because with all the spam and fraudulent calls that our phones now receive, literally dozens of times per day, I set up my phone to automatically reject any calls that are not contacts in my phone. So shoot me a text right here at this number below, 859-613-2574, with the coach you're interested in, and I'll absolutely call you right away. And if for some reason I happen to be with a customer or unavailable at that time, I'll make sure I have Mike or Talon reach out to you ASAP to get a deal going. For those of you who decided to stick around because you're interested in how we operate, I want to say thank you so much. Found a nice, comfortable place to sit. Now, full disclosure, I'm a pretty thick fellow. I am comfortable in this booth, but I would not be comfortable in this booth for a long time, simply because a little bit of my stomach is touching the edge of the countertop. So keep that in mind if you're looking at this coach. If you're a bigger fella, you may not like this this booth setup. If I were 50 pounds lighter or 100 pounds lighter, I probably would love this very, very much, but I wouldn't be uncomfortable. Check this out. I'd be awful comfortable sitting on that sofa over there without issue. We're going to talk about our process here and how we operate at Sewell Motor Coach, because I think it's so important to understand. First and foremost, if you're looking at a coach like this at another dealer or an individual is selling it and you're interested in buying it, great. There's enough business to go around for everybody, and I want you to buy the coach that fits your needs the best. But let me give you some advice, because it's so important to understand who you're buying from. That's one of the most important things when buying a luxury lifestyle purchase like this. You find yourself in a situation where you're looking at a coach like this at another dealer or an individual, and something just isn't sitting right with you, and that little guy on your shoulder is screaming at you. Folks, get the coach inspected. It's literally the best money you could ever spend when buying a motorhome like this. I always start this part of the video with that because it leads me into our inspection process. Every motorhome that I purchase here at Sewell Motor Coach goes through the same inspection process. We do a pre-purchase inspection before we buy any motorhome to make sure we know exactly what we're getting. Once that inspection's done, we consummate the purchase, send the money, we send a driver out to go pick up that coach. And in this case, this coach traveled about 800 miles to get here to Sewell Motor Coach. That allows us to really do a long and serious test drive on the motorhome. When it arrives here at Sewell Motor Coach, we're gonna begin that second inspection. We're gonna get one or two guys to come out, make sure just to verify that all the items in the first inspection are still good and there are no parts that we need to order, because we don't want anything to slow us down when we're going to go through the third inspection. And that happens after you decide that this is the right coach for you. We're going to take this coach through what we call a PDI. Once you decide to lock it down and send us a partial payment, we're going to put this coach through our PDI process, and that's otherwise known as a pre-delivery inspection. That process could take anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks, or sometimes longer, and sometimes some cases shorter. Put 2 or 3 techs in the coach. We're going to check every button, operate every system, touch everything inside the coach to make sure it's working properly. Anything and everything we find wrong with this coach, we're going to fix it 100%. Furthermore, we're going to do a wheels off chassis inspection. We literally take the wheels off the coach, inspect all the items on the chassis. We're going to lube and service everything that needs to be serviced. That includes the engine, the generator, the Oasis or Aqua Hot system if it had that. If it has a propane water heater like this, we're going to take that diode out and replace it. Check those house batteries to make sure they're in A1 shape. If it needs chassis batteries, we're going to take care of that as well. After all that's done, we're going to put this coach through our detailing process. And folks, let me tell you, our detailing process is not quick, it is not easy, and it is not cheap. Because they are used motorhomes, often these motorhomes, the paint will need to be corrected. So we take them through a paint correction process. That is a 3-stage cut and buff process where we buff the coach down, basically bringing that paint back to life, bringing it back to just like it was when it rolled off the showroom floor, or better in some cases. 2 or 3 ladies inside this coach to do a complete interior detail. Yes, before we ever deliver it to you, we do a complete and thorough enzyme blowout treatment. And once it's time for you to come pick up your new motorhome, we call this delivery day. On delivery day, the last thing we want to do is flip you the keys and wish you the best of luck. We really want you to slow down, take your time, plan on coming to spend at least 2 nights with us. 1 night for sure, 2 nights if you have enough time, or even longer, depending on your situation. Staying with us for 2 or sometimes even 3 nights does 2 things for you. Number 1 is it allows you to do your own inspection. When you're staying in the coach, you're going to literally stay here on our property, plugged into our power. We're going to fill you up full of water. I want you to come in here, sleep in the coach, and use all the systems. Just behind me, right, see that Dutch Star back there? Literally that brown coach right where that truck just passed? That is a customer that's here for 3 days taking delivery of their new to them Dutch Star. The other thing it does for you, besides doing your own inspection and letting us fix anything that you may have found that we possibly could have missed, usually there are a small list of items that our customers have, like latches or whatever it may be. We're not perfect, folks. We can't possibly catch everything. But the second thing it does is it allows us to teach you how everything in the coach works. This is a complicated and very in-depth motorhome. The last thing you want to do is have us flip you the keys and let you figure it out on your own. You need to plan on coming in here, stay a couple nights so we can teach you how everything works, answer all the questions you may have to make sure you understand how to go out and use your new motorhome. We want to be your partner in making sure that you are ready to go out and live this new lifestyle and have the most fun that you can. Because believe me when I tell you, I know from experience, if you don't know how to use this motorhome, it is going to be a frustrating experience. When I was learning how to use my first motorhomes, I messed up a lot of things, made lots of mistakes. So being able to come in here and stay with us for a couple nights to learn the coach and point out anything that we may have missed during our inspection process and repair process, I think that's totally invaluable. Massive reason why we get such good reviews on Google. All part of us taking the risk out of you buying a motorhome. We're always going to do the right thing, and we want to make sure before you leave, you're 100% happy with your new coach. Folks, we think if you follow our process, you're going to have the absolute best experience here at Soul Motor Coach. Let's talk about pricing. Well, this is an easy one, folks. From day one, we decided we were going to be a one-price dealer. On our used motorhomes, we do not negotiate whatsoever. Did you catch that? On our used motorhomes, for those loyal followers, we do have some big news coming up. I can't share it yet. It's in the works. It's coming down the pipeline. Big news coming. We are a one-price dealer, meaning we do not negotiate. The price you see listed is our absolutely best price. Absolutely best price. Our absolute best price. We won't take $1 off. And our customers really appreciate our one price mentality. Don't have to worry about negotiating. Our first price is our best price. The price you see listed, that's what you're going to pay. But everything I've talked about in this video thus far is included in the price that we have listed. Our PDI to our inspection process, our wheels off chassis inspection, all the detailing, literally thousands of dollars in detailing, our demonstration and our show through, staying with us for 2 or 3 nights, all that's included at no charge to you. Know what you're thinking, man, this guy's just a good salesman. How can I possibly believe that? Folks, do yourself a favor, go to Google, type in Sewell Motor Coach and see what other people are saying about us. What about trade-ins? Well, we absolutely love trade-ins of all kind here at Sewell Motor Coach. It's a huge part of our business. We absolutely love trades. And there's something so important to understand about how we operate. Because when it comes to trade-ins, we have the same mentality that we do when it comes to our pricing. We are an actual cash value trade-in dealer. ACV, you'll hear that. You'll hear dealers say that. ACV, actual cash value. It's easy to say that, but I want to put some meaning behind exactly what I'm saying. Actual cash value means that the number I give you for your trade-in is exactly what I will write you a check for, regardless if you buy my unit or not. Not sure how much more transparent and open it can get than that. Yes, you heard that right. We will write you a check for your coach, regardless if you buy ours or not. That's how serious we are about transparency, openness, and always doing the right thing. As a retail buyer, before I started selling motorhomes, it would drive me nuts when I went in and played the dealer games, and I just never liked that. I didn't appreciate it. I always gave the dealership an opportunity to take my trade in, but I always ended up selling it on my own because at the end of the day, I was pretty darn good at selling stuff. Never really appreciated the games that they played and the over allowing and the under allowing, and you just never really understood how much they were actually giving you. You certainly didn't understand what the actual cash value was. What about financing? Yeah, financing is no problem here at Sewell Motor Coach. We have all the same big banks that the big box dealers have, same interest rates, same terms. We're ready to go for financing. Wait, getting out of that booth is a little tough. We have a ton of fun doing this video, folks. I have a ton of fun doing these videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day, and I certainly hope to talk with you soon.